Solve the quadratic equation over the complex numbers. Up first, x squared equals negative 36. Notice that the squared quantity has already been isolated. Since x squared is by itself, we can simply take the square root of both sides. The square root of x squared is x. And then we get plus or minus the square root of negative 36. Don't forget to add plus or minus whenever you take the square root of both sides. Now we can simplify the square root of negative 36. We can think of that as the square root of 36 times the square root of negative 1. And then we get plus or minus the square root of 36 is 6, and the square root of negative 1 is I. In our next example, again, we want to solve this. Notice that factoring is not going to work here. There are no two numbers that multiply to 5 and add to negative 2. So we're left with either completing the square or the quadratic formula. I'm going to use the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. And all of that is divided by 2 times a. Simplifying this, we get 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 20 all over 2. We now have 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 16 over 2. We can think of this as 2 plus or minus 4i. The square root of 16 is 4, and then the square root of negative 1 we pull out as I. All of that is over 2. Continue to simplify. We get 2 divided by 2 is 1, plus or minus 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then I.